And that right there would be a flashback to our old intro. I didn't check that before I started here. I actually had to reboot my computer. So that's the old intro, folks. For those of you who are curious why it's not something a lot shorter, I was wondering why that until I realized, oh crap, that's the old one. Anyways, we're going to go with that. We're going to roll with it. This is the pilot review show where we're trying to discuss some of the things for Star Trek Online and give you some ideas of some of the different ways of being a better pilot and other things along those lines that comes up in the game. I'm Scott Ross. Joining me as normal, we got Timberwolf here.
What's up, guys? We are mobile. It is stormy, and I've got cake.
Cake. Who can complain about cake, right?
Cake.
Mm.
Cake is a lie. Have some pie.
And that right there would be Teacher Kirby. We also got Teacher Kirby here
Hey,
with
folks, how's it
another
going?
bit. And then other person that's here with us as normal is Chris, our bug hunter.
Happening?
So
Which I have paperwork for you.
Oh, good God.
Oh,
we haven't even begun.
Sorry.
no.
And yes, pie is better than cake. And I'm gonna go shoot a cat here in a second here.
It's ice cream cake. How can pie beat ice cream cake?
Okay, well, you know.
Well, cheesecake is technically pie.
Ooh,
And I'm
I
sorry,
like cheesecake.
trumps ice cream cake.
Yes, I agree there.
The intervention
Cheesecake.
of Q.
Cheesecake.
There is, from what I understand, there is a pretty good place up there in Las Vegas for cheesecake.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, we have to go there.
Exactly my thoughts. I'm going to be stopping by the Cheesecake Factory in Salt Lake on my way down, I think, too. Maybe on the way back as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and get going here. We got a blog article that we're going to start off with here. This blog article is called Aftershocks. This is obviously with Admiral Lita. Obviously, this is another big focus that they have with some of the different things. Remember, these blog articles are designed specifically to give you some more dive into some of the different various missions within the game that they brought out to us recently. And as normal, they're not necessarily the shortest things around. But they do give you some good insight.
It is very well written. Very well written.
Yes.
It is. I enjoyed it as
Yeah,
well.
we're not going to give any spoilers away. We'll let you read that and enjoy that. But there it is. It's one of those things that came out. This came out on Tuesday, which is one of the typical release dates for new blogs, new whatevers that comes out. So, you know, that's kind of the nice effects that they have. Is they got a regular routine typically with things. So go read it. Go learn from it. It actually gives you more in depth into other things within the game itself. So that's one of the reasons why I would recommend reading these, so you can see what's going through their story play on the game itself. For those of you who are unaware, maybe most of you are, maybe some of you aren't, the Lithium Weekend event is here upon us. So it's good from now until Monday, or until 10 a.m. on Monday, I should say. So make sure you get out there, mine dilithium, do all the dilithium bonuses so you can get things and get bonuses all over the place for that. This is a good way for you guys who need to upgrade your gear, or if you got things to donate to your fleet that you need dilithium for. Great way to get that and get those maxed out.
Yes. And remember, your dilithium mining claims
Yes.
will give you 10,000 dilithium if you can get above a score of 700, I believe it is.
Yes, this is true.
So, good time to cash those in to go and try your hand at dilithium mining. Very lucrative right now.
Yep, definitely recommend doing it. It's one of those things here. If anyone has been aware, since the temporal agents have come out, there's been weekly events that got started up here with it. We hit our first one, even though we never saw it progress. So we got, what was it, this week here is
Yes.
is like a bonus of 150% XP.
50%.
I'll put
Yeah,
it
so
this
it's
way
two and a half
for anybody
times
that's
our
listening.
XP.
It's so much of a good thing you'll be able to level up a mastery on a starship doing 2 bore grid alerts.
There you go.
That's all you need.
Yes.
And if you like to run the temporal beacon things from the duty officers or the temporal research assignments, I was actually joking about this with Timberwolf earlier. I was able to go from level 50 to 55 off of one complete set of those. So definitely well worth it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, these are definitely worth using at this point in time. So definitely get out there and get to them because, make use of it. This is a great time to level your temporal character up, or if you got another captain that you're trying to level up, that get it up into 60, this is a great time to get that all done. Or if, like Timberwolf said, to level your ships.
Yes, and that's active through Wednesday?
I believe so, yes. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's when it's active. So this one here that we're on is for the duty officers. So we got to be doing duty officer stuff. So we'll get, what is it? Commendation experience points at the end of that. So.
Yep.
Yes.
The more duty officers you do, the better off it is. And duty officers you can do sitting still. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to move. Though it helps because you get more missions that you can pick up.
Look it and forget it.
Yes, basically. Next up on the list, this week is kind of a quiet week, I should point out. I mean, if you notice, we're already through the 4th tab of things that we want to discuss. And it's partly because there's so much going on. But at the same time, there's other things we want to get to. I kind of want to get to, I should say. But we got right now, there is the lifetime subscription sale that's going on until August 11th, actually. This app is a couple days after the Star Trek Las Vegas event. So, for those of you who've been wanting it, who plan to play the game for quite a while, this would be the time to get it. It's $199 US. Just want to point that out. Definitely worth getting for that ability. So.
That's $100 off of the normal price.
Yes.
And for lifetime subscription, you unlock automatically all of the veteran rewards, so you don't have to actually play for any kind of time. You get them automatically unlocked. You also get 500 Zen per month for nothing. You also get a account bank. You get the energy cap increase automatically to 1 billion. And I'm trying to remember what else you get.
Species.
10,000 day veteranship automatically. Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole list. I mean,
there's a lot.
Yeah, worth the money for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if you don't use the Zen that comes with it, you get a couple ships with it. Every character that gets up to 50 will get a free tier 5 ship that they can pick out from the C-store that just that character can get. So you can end up with, like if you're a KDF, you can end up with the Vorcha, or I believe the Vorcha is one of those that's in the option list, if I remember right.
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like you're getting a free ship one time, kind of like a lockbox ship, basically. But so it's definitely worth it, and in taking into consideration that you get 500 in a month, in about 20 months, that would essentially pay for itself. Just the Zen alone, if you use nothing else from the pack. So that's one of those good things. I use that.
When you think about it.
Go ahead.
Yep. When you think about it, that's 4 keys a month, folks.
Yeah.
4 keys they are giving you a month. You can then turn around and sell, or you can get a fleet ship module, for example.
Yep.
With it instead, if you didn't want keys. Yeah.
And one thing
lots of possibilities there.
One thing that Shum points out is if you're paying for the currently monthly subscriber, this will pay for itself because you don't have to do that any longer from that point, because it's like, depending on what you're paying, I
believe it's $15 a month, I believe.
Yeah, so in 10 months, in 10 months alone, that's $150, so another $40 on top of that, which is essentially the entire year for you pay at once, which it takes a little more than a year to get all the rewards from the veteran rewards. I mean, it takes 1,000 days to get the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah,
take that in
exactly.
consideration. That's what 3 year or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this does pay for itself. So that's one of those things to take into account of that is the cost overall. I mean, all you gotta do is stop subscribing for a year if you can't afford it and you're subscribing. Stop paying for a year, and then buy this as soon as it comes on sale. So moving on here, this is one of those things. This comes around pretty much every year around this time thereabouts, but. Next item on the list is we got the Kelvin Admiral uniform giveaway that's coming up here. This is one of those things to be aware of from the 21st until the 25th. You need to go into the promotions tab. So you need to log into the game, go to the promotions tab, and claim it. And you'll get a fairly decent looking Admiral uniform from the Kelvin universe. So.
Nice. All you Space Barbie guys out there, this is your chance.
Yes, exactly.
I promise you, my husband will be claiming it or asking me to log in and claim it on his account. Yeah.
So here's some of the things also taken into account. This is one of those things that they're giving away. They mentioned here there would be new Kelvin Timeline starships, consoles, traits, officers, training manuals, gear, uniforms. Best of all, one of those uniforms will be given away to all players for free. So, I don't know why they put that in there. It's like they're going past. I think they're talking about the temporal pack that's already out, and they're talking like it's not out yet. I don't know why, unless you're bringing more ships. Kat, what are you doing at my desk?
I don't think so.
Shoot.
Well, I mean, they haven't released the jellyfish yet, if we're going to really get technical about it, and that is from what you would assume the prime timeline.
Yeah, this is true. This would be a Spock ship that he used, that you see in the first movie that they did. So,
I mean, they could do that, and in the future, depending on contract negotiations, they could always bring out something that shows up in the new Star Trek movie that comes out next week.
this is true, and they haven't released the actual Romulan ship from the show.
Yeah.
So they still got a few ships that they can still pull out, and I don't know if they're going to pull all the stops and throw all these ships out at one shot. I think this is going to be one of those things that they're going to release and stagger it out, so they got more ships they can do down the road. They want to have a reason to give them more ships as they go along. So.
Well, we did speculate a while back, some of us, that they could release maybe a Klingon pack, then a Romulan pack on down the road, and
Yep.
that could be something indicative of that. I
Maybe.
don't know that I would put money on it yet, but I would think it's a possibility.
Yep, still plenty of time to figure out what's going on with those aspects when it comes down to it. So who knows? Maybe this is going to be line with that there's going to be much stuff that this is one of those teaser things. Maybe this is talking about the ships that's already out and yada yada yada. Who knows? Good things to kind of be speculative about and to kind of theorize. I mean, it's just what drives imagination of what they're going to do, and not necessarily saying this is going to happen. I'm not working for Cryptic. None of the people here are working for Cryptic, unfortunately. We don't have that kind of inside knowledge. So, and if they did show up on the show, they'd probably be like, I can't tell you, sorry. More than likely.
Yep. They can't talk about that.
Well, they could, but then they'd have to kill us all. But anyway, that's a different story.
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. So moving on here, going beyond the uniform here that we're going to get. So make sure to, once again, log on next week. You just have to claim it once. That's it. We got another one of these before and afters. I don't know why they started doing this. The game is... Oh, I guess it's not to the console yet. It's coming out this fall. Is that...
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's coming out fall.
I thought it had already come out with the release of the expansion, but
Nope.
apparently... I don't play console. That's my defense here. I don't play the console side. I mean, the closest I get is I got a Nintendo Wii that I haven't used since 2 years ago at least. So it's just, it's
You're as bad as me.
I don't have a reason to use it.
Yeah, my husband and I actually sold our Wii before we moved from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyways,
I can relate, brother.
This is another one of those before and afters. It's kind of nice to see the change in the graphics. In some cases, I like some of these changes. In others, it's kind of like, okay, I'm not sure how I feel.
This is a nice one. I think it tightens up the lighting on the Anderzona station.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that some parts of it I do like that because it was a little brighter, a little easier to see and whatnot. But in other parts, it's kind of like I'm not sure how I feel about that. But they are trying to make the lighting a little more realistic, and that's kind of a nice thing because it's what we should have expected is that lighting should have looked real. So, anyways, we're gonna move on here because these come out all the time. It's just kind of an opinion. Some person will like it, some person hates it. Whatever, it goes back and forth. Oprah really got stock in perfect world. Interesting. Okay, I'm going on to the notes here. These notes were actually a little bit lengthy here compared to some of the other things, but that's to be expected with this new expansion. They want to get all these fixes, especially with the consoles coming up here in the fall here. They want to make sure the console's going to be ready to run and go. So we got some things like apparently the experience bonus pool that people were having issues with. They couldn't use the experience bonus pool items. Looks like they did.
Yes.
Yeah, so Tangle Webs and some more tutorial stuff that they fixed.
Yeah, Tangled Webs, when we patched on Wednesday, pretty soon after that, it was reported to me, and I passed it on to Chris here, that when you reached the third hallway on your way to the Queen after you fix the consoles, that you turn into the hallway and boom, drop dead. It was verified, passed it on to Chris. Within a day, it was fixed. Nice job. Nice job, Cryptic. It's fixed. You can now complete the mission.
Yeah.
So, yes, very nice work.
And I should point out there's another mission that I ran into that we'll share later on that we found, no, that I found, I should say. That was kind of annoying. But, so a lot of stuff, I mean, this is typical things that we'd expect them to be going through and fixing. Some things that some people didn't like too much was they removed the battle cloak from the temporal battle cruisers. It should not have been capable of cloaking, is what they're saying here. So I know that caused some stink for some people, where they didn't appreciate that losing its cloaking ability. I have to agree that it shouldn't have had it, to be honest, at that point.
That just, to me, seemed like overkill in all honesty, but again, that's just my personal opinion.
The Battle Cruiser is a very wicked little ship as it is, to be honest. But, c'est la vie. I'm not going to argue with it. It's not... I mean, maybe it was one of those things that it shouldn't have had it in the first place, and it just needed to get corrected and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to speculate. So, I mean, there's a lot of fixes that they've done to a lot of changes they've done to the ships as well. I mean, apparently the Intel Dreadnought had issues with turning rate that wasn't doing the right turn rate. So, yeah, that's one of those things. Could be any number of things, any number of reasons. We're going to move on here. There's one note that we wanted to particularly point out from the Tribble side of things, for those of you who might have noticed. We just want to make sure to point this out. This is a long list of notes that they're doing, but the one thing about Tribble to remember here is not all of the notes on Tribble goes out the following week. So even though they got a lot of these notes here,
right,
they may not come out with the next holodeck patch. So, I mean, there's a ton here. Some of them are fixing things. Some of them are changing how things are working. Yada yada yada. Whatever being the case. All right, new hairstyle for the women. So whatever. But one thing we want to point out that we felt was a really good thing that, or I shouldn't say really good thing, is really an item of controversy. Is changing the contraband cooldown assignments from 4 hours to 20 hours. I can see both sides of this because when you think about it, every 4 hours, and you can be doing the stack upon stack upon stack, and just be turning them in like mad crazy, because you can farm these things like none other. But
it is possible with the current 4-hour cooldown to get your complete 8,000 cap within a day.
Yeah, without question.
I'm thinking Cryptic's trying to dry up a bit of the market of the dilithium in the game. It could be to try to control the market. It could be just because they're wanting people to buy dilithium via Zen. So make it a little harder to get, and that's what happens. I can see both sides of it. I understand they need to make money, but this is going to make it harder on the free-to-play players, which really is a majority of the player base.
Yeah.
Really, it's only 5% of the players that are, cheesing the heck out of this and getting, large amounts of dough from it.
Yeah, I mean, we know people who were using this hardcore, and they had like as many characters as they could get on their account, and each one of them was turning these in one after the next as they're going and collecting them and throwing them into the bank so they can just pull them out, turn them in, and they're done. This is one of those things when it comes down to it. We're going to have to wait to see what happens, I think. I don't think we're going to be able to know. I mean, what if this happens to be just one of those things to determine... That's a piano, by the way. Cat decided to jump up on the piano. Squirrel! Distraction is what that was. But this could be one of those things that it could be a temporary thing or it could be a permanent thing. It could just be something to see how it's going to affect things, if it's going to be a good or a positive.
It could be.
So this is one of the things we can't count.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind the change too much as long as they change the parameters of the assignment. Like right now, it's 5 dilithium, 4 hours, or 5 contraband, 4 hours, you get 2,000 dill out of it. I could see maybe if they made it 10 contraband and you get 4,000 dill, or 15 and you get 6,000, something like that. Increase the amount of contraband, but also increase what we get out of it. I think that would be a nice compromise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From just changing the 5 dill or 5 contraband 2,000 dill to a 20-hour cooldown.
Yeah, and that'd be one of those things that'd be interesting to see what happens and such.
The big argument you could make, too, as well, is we've got a lot of sources already, so although, yes, we are going to lose, that is a quicker means it's going to make up for it, such as if you do Admiralty or other things. So
this is true.
It can go both ways, like you guys were saying.
Honestly, if it was me, it takes longer, but you have good enough damage output. Go back to the Pycanis runs every day. That's a few thousand right there, and you can refine that and transfer that over.
Yeah,
some ground for me personally, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are options where you spend 30-40 minutes, you can have 8 to 10k dilithium. Use the Zen store to transfer it over with a minor loss, but more or less the same thing.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's just something just to be aware of. The best thing I can suggest for those of you who's out there who has a strong opinion one way or the other, I would suggest getting onto the forums. The link is going to be here in the show notes here. Get onto the forums, post your opinions and your thoughts. Let Cryptic know, but at the same time, try and be civil about it. There could be reasons behind this. I mean, what if they're trying to figure out ways they can affect the Zen to dilithium market to make the Zen go down in cost? So we no longer.
True.
I mean, think about it. What is it at? It's like what, 400 to 450 or something like that.
Last night it was at
Currently,
420.
right now, well, it did drop. Right now, it's at 416. And I'm
So
looking in game right this second.
you know,
So 416 dill per Zen.
let's go back to the Twitter post, the tweet from Bordercast. He's saying that he's watching and looking at the market, and you know, that's the biggest complaint anyone has, is that the market is so freaking high lately, because it's, I mean, compared to like a year or so ago, it's almost doubled in the amount. So,
Yes, it has.
you know, so that's one of the things that maybe they're trying to see what some of these changes are going to do to help bring that cost back down to a more realistic amount, because they never complained about it when it was at the 90 to 150 range. So they're watching it. They're keeping an eye on it. Maybe this is one of those things they're trying to see what it's going to do. So we'll see. That's the only thing I can say about this. But get onto the forums. Be civil about it. Try and give your thoughts and opinions. If this is going to be one of those things that you are strongly against, let them know. So Allistic dill drops per kill. That is because of the temporal recruit event that's going on right now. As soon as this temporal recruit event is done, that goes away. So that's not going to be here forever. So that's one of the things
It's
to
similar to
remember.
what they did. Yeah, it's one of the things they did that with the Delta Rising as well. During these 6 weeks where you could create a Delta tune, you and anyone on your team got 1 dill per kill. It's the same thing.
Yep.
It's a rehash of that. So during the event, during the 6 weeks that you can create a temporal agent, you and your entire team will get 1 dill per kill from having that temporal agent on your team.
Yep, and I'll show you real quick here, since I got the game up. Temporal agent, if you notice at the where is it at? At the very bottom, temporary trait only active while temporal agent event is running. Automatically removed when the event runs. This is where you get the 1 dilithium ore per ensign, lieutenant, frigate, or cruiser, 2 dilithium ore per commander, captain, battleship, or dreadnought. So it's going to go away. It's not here forever. So that's the biggest thing here to remember on this. If you want to know, that's one of those bonuses that we get on this. So, I want to go into the next aspect of things. I want to go into a ship review here. This happens to be the nice Ouroboros Class, 31st class ship that's come out recently. So, to give you guys an idea, this is one of the ships I've been using for the last little while. This is the tactical version of the ship here, and I've had a lot of fun with it. This is actually a very quick, very swift little ship. When you look at it from the right angle, as we've noted in the previous review of all the ships that came out, it does look like a bat. This is a very quick, very swift ship. If you're looking to see how it flies pretty much like a lot of the other escorts. So it's going to be very quick to turn, and it does have a 4-2 layout, so you have to be very focused on how you are flying it, so you can make sure your front weapons are able to get up most of the attention. Unless you're running beam rays, then it doesn't matter, as long as you're broadsiding. So this is actually one of my favorite ships of the temporal ships that's come out. Although the Dreadnought and Science ones are very fun as well. So, but it does respond quite well, quite fast. It's one of those things that, for me though, it still misses the piloting maneuvers from the pilot ships. That would make it so much more fun if it had those. And it would have made sense, because when you think about it, those ships had it. This ship is just about as quick, about the same size as those pilot ships. And the technology should have advanced by now to this point where they could have used that very easily on these. But that is the Ouroboros class. As far as the piloting maneuvers on this, be ready to overcorrect in some cases, because it will turn way too fast sometimes, especially if you're going with a evasive or emergency power 2 engines. So yes, the Temporal Raider does get the benefits of Raider flanking, so you want to be taking advantage of flanking your enemies as much as you can. So something to keep in thought here. And especially if you got like the Intel specialization equipped, you want to be flanking in the first place with that. But you'll get the double bonuses for the Intel flanking and for Raider flanking if you got all those equipped. So that is this ship here. Very fun little ship here. Very well designed, and they put a lot of details in this thing. So we're going to move on here into the next aspect. If I can talk, it might help. Words are hard. Let's go into the Buggy corner. Chris, what do you got for us?
Okay, got a few little things here I was able to pull up, even though my computer fried last week. It's quick, easy thing.
Real quick, Chris, did we have the funeral for your computer yet?
Sadly, no. I just buried that thing out in the yard somewhere. But
to give you guys a bit of an insight, he's pretty much had to replace everything inside the computer now.
Pretty much my motherboard shorted out. It took the processor, it took the motherboard, it took the power supply, it took the whole 9 yards with it. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a week.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah. So, quick thing for our space Barbies. There's some folks that have been having issues with the Kelvin Timeline Klingon uniforms, missing features. There's been a few other things that I believe there's actually a patch note on Tribble that they're trying to fix that, where certain 23rd century features are not unlocking when you complete the Battle of Caleb 4. That should get fixed pretty soon. Another one, if you've been trying to claim account-wide, if I could words, rewards for your temporal stuff, if all of your Delta rewards are claimed, some people have been having an issue where they cannot claim the temporal rewards. And I see in that particular thread that some of the devs are already taking a look at it, potentially have a fix on Tribble. Then, a couple of them were kind of in the known issues. I know people have been having problems with the shooter functionality. I hope that gets fixed pretty quick. But,
yeah.
I would say, especially with the console releases on the near horizon, and now that they've actually got everything out there, start looking for a lot more fixes to come out. I know I've been as busy as I can be. Some of the other bug hunters have as well. Please keep sending in reports. You really don't understand how much that helps.
Did we get that one about the Installation 18 turned in?
I will probably have to submit that, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's one on my pile still, but yeah.
Yeah, just give you guys an insight here. One of the things I ran into the other day on my Tempo Tune when I was playing it, it was doing the Installation 18 mission, and had just got done killing the last group of bosses, and the turrets from the Ilachi Beta or Alpha, whatever it is, the turrets from it killed me and my last bridge officer that was still alive. So I had no choice but to respawn. When I respawn, it puts me outside the door. The door is locked. I can't get back in to finish the mission to put him into the stasis field. Thus have to restart the entire mission all over again from scratch because nothing more I can do. I couldn't even try and fake a stuck into the door by using the /stuck command. I tried. It was so sad. That mission is a pain to do in the first place, especially when I'm at like level 55 when I go through and do it. So
there was another one. Oh, City on the Edge of Never. You get through the whole ship on the USS Kirk, you get to the bridge, and you have to wait for what feels like a good 5 minutes before the interact comes up to actually talk
Yes.
to.
There's a lot of that
The
going on,
captain.
actually.
Yeah.
There was actually a thing with that. They were saying that it's the turrets that if any of your bridge officers.
Hey,
are
real
you-
quick here,
turret-
Chris. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We're losing Timber. He's got to head off. He's going to go off for his birthday party that he's going to have. Happy birthday, Timber. Go
Thanks, guys.
Go enjoy
And,
your cake.
Chris, I will say before I leave, and I'll let everybody know, have fun writing up the reports on the temporal powers that are bugged.
They enjoy giving me paperwork.
Yeah.
So be mindful of it.
Good. When I told him
Yeah,
about the temporal webs bug, he told somebody else to shoot him.
He volunteered.
I know, right?
Get out.
Yeah, I'm kind of a masochist, I
Yeah,
guess.
and I as far as Timber's birthday, I can't do what I did last year. I don't have any ships to give him like last year. I gave him the Crinum on his birthday, but it's the matter I haven't got any boxes that gave me like 4 ships at the same
fact
time.
Tonight, I'll be on the game, and I can just get out there, and we can just have some fun. That's enough for me, brother.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, we still gotta
So,
take my new temporal tune out and have some fun with that ship.
that's right. So tonight, the plan is, let's blow some shit up.
Sounds good to me.
All right,
Indeed.
I will be back here in a little bit, but everybody that's watching, see you guys out there.
Alrighty.
Fun, Timber.
Anything else you got there, Chris?
That's about
did
all
I-
I've got this week.
Did I interrupt you, teacher? I can't remember. Were you talking?
No, you interrupted Chris.
Okay.
That's all good.
It's okay.
Yeah. That's about all I got this week. Hopefully
Okay.
I'll be able to get up and running a little bit better next week.
Anyways, so here we are. We're at Teacher's Corner here.
Hello and welcome. Yes. Teacher's Corner this week is a bit of a quality of life thing with all our new temporal agents and people making new tunes. They need to get them into a fleet. So, the easiest thing now, a lot of people go and start saying, oh, my fleet people aren't online. I can't invite you to a fleet. Well, the truth is, yeah, you can. As long as the rank you are at has the ability to invite people to the fleet, you can invite your own tune. So
This is one of those
people
good
don't realize
things.
they can invite their own alts. Yeah, most people don't realize it, and so this is one. So I put it out there. I let my fleet leader know before I did it that I was going to be leaving the fleet on one tune to show how to do this. So, yeah. So he didn't freak out. Oh, you're leaving. What's going on? But, yeah, so I did let him know, but I did show exactly how to do this step by step. So you basically, it's very easy. As you can see, the video is very short. It's like 6 minutes long. So it's a pretty easy process. So you'll have to watch to find out.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. It really depends on the fleet. Some of the like the rank ones, they don't have that option to invite to fleet. I do apologize if you're one of those fleets that's like that. I can't control it. I'm sorry. It is one of those things that the fleet leader has the full control over. But
Yeah.
this is one of those quality of life. The biggest thing here, I want to point this out because I tell people this all the time, all over the place. It's like what you do. I mean, you might end up seeing it right here, but basically the biggest thing is you got to make sure that you're using the full name of the character that you have in your @ handle.
Yes.
So, and as you see,
Yeah.
Teacher's going through the process right now because I'm playing the video here. This video will be in the
Okay.
notes here, but go check it out. She's got information along with it besides with everything with the explanation on it. It's definitely worth checking it out, and whatnot. I mean, this is one of those quality of life things that helps explain It's the easiest thing, so you don't have to be asking for your fleet mates for an invite back in, unless you don't have that option to invite the fleet. That's the only
Right.
caveat there. So
And a number of fleets, a lot of fleets do give everybody the option to invite, regardless of rank, because they want, people to go out and be happy about their fleet and invite others.
yes,
So, they want that ability. So most fleets have that ability. You can check if you open your fleet tab and click on settings, you can click the rank that you're at and see if that invite to fleet box is checked.
Yep.
If it is, you have the ability to invite. If it's not, then you don't.
Yeah, and I think some of those fleets that didn't, the reason they don't have it up is because they've had people burn them because of that option, because they would
Right.
sometimes invite their own character in like 50 times, and if the bank was found to have an open of like 1 or 2 pullouts that the person could do, they would invite all of their characters into the bank and empty it out with their one character, with all their characters, and quickly leave when no one else is around. I've seen that happen before.
Right, which we don't recommend doing.
No, don't do that. This is one of those things. If you do it, you're going to get flagged all over the place. I mean, beware that there is a Facebook group for fleet leaders where you can give a notice to other fleet leaders. Don't invite this person because XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that. You're not going to want to do that.
Reputation.
You don't. Yes, you don't want that reputation of being the bank thief. So a
Fleet
bank
leaders
thief.
talk.
What's that?
Fleet leaders talk.
Yeah, fleet leaders do.
Yes, we do.
Because we kind of have to. So, but that's Teacher's Corner there. That's the little thing here. That's definitely enjoy that. Have fun with that. Go check out her link there and check out her. Wow, I cannot talk right now.
YouTube
Go
channel.
check out her channel.
YouTube channel.
Go check out her channel as well. She's got other things that's up there, and she's been doing a whole bunch of playthroughs and what have you not. So
I have been.
go check them out. They're all
Complete playthrough of the game.
Playthrough.
Yesterday too. Playthrough. Words are hard.
Words are hard today. There's our title right there.
Be the title of this
That's the title of the show right there. Words are hard.
I'm gonna reboot the Scott and the Kirby.
There's no reboot for me. It's just run with it, man. Just run with it. Anyways, everyone, thank you very much for enjoying. And
There it is.
oh my heck, words are hard. Thank you all very much for joining us on the show here. Make sure to join us again next week. And as always, we will be at Star Trek Las Vegas. If you're planning on coming, come join us. Come say hi. We'll have a spot for you to actually sit down with us and enjoy a few minutes with us, actually, and on live with everyone. So, there's all that. And we'll be streaming the entire time that we're there at Star Trek Las Vegas.
Yes.
From what it looks like, we'll actually probably be starting about Tuesday at 6 p.m. That's when it opens to the public, actually. So we might be there starting that day.
Yes.
Or at least me and Timber will be. Teacher won't be there until
There's sometime
on
Wednesday.
the 3rd.
Maybe
Yes.
Thursday. Yes.
So,
Yes, we fly in Wednesday. So it depends on what time we get there Wednesday if we'll be coming into the to the convention area or not. But yes, we will be there. So hope to see you in Vegas.
yep, we'll see you next week. Thank you all very much. Make sure to like and subscribe our show. Definitely appreciate it. So, have a good day, everyone.
Good night. Remember, what happens in Vegas stays on YouTube.
Peace out, folks.